Let's get ready to grumble!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Grumble. I am your host, Graeme, and sitting in the corner to my right, fiddling with his new box, it's Dan.
Hi.
Hello, Dan.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Good. And sitting in the corner to my left, it's Daryl.
Hiya, you're right, mate.
Yeah, not bad. You're wearing a little Lita t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Because I support all women, mate.
Obviously, of course.
All women are equal.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Hashtag me too.
Should be brilliant. Should be rewarded, if anything, for...
Yeah.
No? No, it should all be equal. They should all be good. Right, so let's address the elephant in the room right off. You had an interesting show last week, didn't you, lads?
Yeah.
Don't worry, lads. Yeah, it's coming home. It's oh, sorry. It's not coming home, is it?
No, but we're all right, weren't it?
Well, yeah.
It was fun.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I mean, well, this is coming out on the day that England are in the World Cup. Sorry, no, I've done it again.
No, because France are playing Scotland.
Again.
Yeah, I forgot about
again.
that.
What group did you win?
Oh, look, you've done your little England thing again. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we won. Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is, right,
Number of.
I was born in 1990, right, in September of 1990. So in my lifetime, I've never seen England get to semi-finals of anything.
What about Euro 96?
Did he get to semi-finals of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Well, that's your fault then.
Yeah.
See, I remember Euro 96 because the day of the game, I was playing football in my front garden with a guy who lived down the street called Daniel Whiting, and we got into a bit of an argument because he said Germany would win.
Oh, you were right though,
Did you
weren't
go and apologise
Yeah.
to him the next day?
No, of course not.
Did you not?
England. I jumped on his car.
I'll tell you what, let's sort of off in between us. Here he is. Oh, friend, football, jumping on car. Yeah. But while we're talking about Euro 96, this has annoyed me for several years, right? Why was Gareth Southgate the sixth penalty taker in that shootout? Do you know who else hadn't taken a penalty? Tony
Sheringham?
Sheringham took the fifth one, right? First five were great. I'll give him that much, right? First five penalties by both teams were great. Gazza scored his. Platty scored it. No one remembers David Platt, do they?
I remember David Platt.
More people should remember David Platt.
He scored that stunner in 90.
Yeah, people remember that, and that's it. Poor guy, underrated.
I had my first swimming teacher look just like David Platt to the point that I thought it was David Platt.
There you go. So, like Shearer, Sheringham, Gazza, Pearce, and David Platt all scored their penalties, right? Sixth penalty taker is Aston Villa's centre-half. Not Darren Anderton off of midfield, off of Spurs.
He was probably injured.
Yeah, but he did Spurs
not,
up, wasn't he?
Not the governor, Ince. Oh, I'm Paul Ince, I'm so hard, look at me. No, it's, well, let's get the mild-mannered centre-back. Not even the captain, Tony Adams, had the stones to step up.
Bottle, have they?
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gary Neville was playing, but I'd have a go at him and all.
We know about this, about players not having stones to take a penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just gone to Norwich, but...
Well, all right. Yeah.
Jordan Rose didn't take a penalty in the playoffs last year.
He didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not his fault, really. He's crap at penalties. That's, well...
Yeah, he did miss two before that.
He did a little bit, yeah. Anyway, it's all over now, so congratulations to France and Croatia.
Do you want me to bring the mood up? Oh.
I don't know.
If you could bring the mood up, could you bring that buzzing that you just created down?
Has he not got his phone on flight mode?
No, that must be it.
I can't have it on fly mode because I need to tell you the good news.
Okay.
Splendid.
I mean,
It was my mic, I knocked it. Right. So, there is another American wrestling company touring the UK.
Okay.
And it's one that'll interest you.
Oh.
Like, for the listeners, can we just say, right,
so
before we recorded, Dan said he had some news for me that is going to like delight me or something.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Excite me, and he said he was going to save it from there, so this is a surprise. So like,
drum roll.
Better be good.
So, this company are doing 2 UK tours. One in the south in October, and then they're coming up north to Sheffield the day before my birthday.
So two dates, not 2 tours.
No, they're doing 2 full tours,
Okay.
but the date that's important is the 23rd of March.
23rd of March.
In Stocksbridge.
Stocksbridge.
Okay.
It's
So it's
good.
like next year then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Dwarfinators Live, extreme midget wrestling in Stocksbridge.
Listeners, I'm going to describe Daryl's face now.
Do you want to go, Daryl?
I've known Daryl for nearly a decade, and in all my time knowing him, I've never seen him show such ecstasy on his face.
This is amazing.
And
we have been naked together.
yeah, we have.
Like, what? And we made eye contact throughout it all.
Well.
What, like,
cheated.
Yeah, can we go?
Yeah, I'm trying to find some pictures. It's £15 general
Mate,
admission.
I know what dwarfs look like. So,
but there's some really good pictures on their website that's really out of date.
do you think they have a full size ring?
No, I watched the video. They don't.
Is it like a little wrestle your bodies ring?
It's 12 foot at the most. I think it might be a 10 footer.
But like the top rope, do you think the top rope's like?
Oh, yeah, the rope height's the same, but the actual ring is smaller. Because there's a video. It's more of on-screen graphics of random words about how exciting it is, but then there's odd clips of one guy doing a coast to coast on another.
Can we sponsor this somehow? Is there something we can do?
We need some involvement, but I feel like over the next few months you will get a full countdown to this show on.
This is amazing.
This is the greatest night in the history of our sport.
I'm not bothered about World Cup anymore.
All right.
This is like my World Cup.
Well, I thought your World Cup was going to be at G1.
I mean, it can be if you want.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously all these English players, some of them have learned to do a penalty kick, but no one does an English penalty kick better than Zack Sabre Jr., do they? So I figured you need an Englishman who won't let you down. So that's who you need.
Oh, yeah.
ZSJ. Not ZSJ, because it's Britain. Although I suppose I should say England, because, England, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he's in G1, is he?
Yeah, he's in the G1.
Like, is there a lot of matches in G1?
There are a lot of matches, mate. It might be tricky for you to sort of keep track of them, though.
How do you think we'll keep track?
I don't know. If only there was some way that you could keep track of them. Maybe some way that has been advertised previously but could be advertised again.
Oh, yeah. Listeners, if you go to royalgrumble.bigcartel.com.
royalgrumblepodcast.bigcartel.com.
Yeah, that's the one. It's not like I set it up or anything. Or if you're,
Why'd you put the extra bloody word in?
Or if you go to our Twitter and it's the link in the pinned tweet, you can get yourselves a G1 wall chart, A3 full colour. There's like very few of them left.
Yes.
We're only a limited run, so I think when this goes out, the G1 will have started, but it's on until 12th of August. So you might as well just get one and then update it quickly.
Exactly.
You can catch up.
You can catch up. Like, it's a good laugh. I must say, I got mine today. Obviously, I wasn't here last week. I was sulking because of alt football and that, hiding away from the concept of like any English people. And I got that. It's a class bit of kit, so definitely by all means grab yourself one. It's
we've got one up in the studio.
We do.
Well.
That'll be getting filled
underneath Yuji Nagata in his final G1 match as well.
Yeah.
You can't have that, but you can have the.
No, that's
you can have the wall chart if you go into the website. It is brilliant. Honestly, it's fantastic. And,
this isn't us like out of shilling mode. It is actually proper decent.
It's mega. Daryl's done a great good job.
Who do you think is going to win G1? I know we're going to do a little preview later. Just a quick name. Who do you think it's going to be?
Let me pick a name. Sanada.
I wanted expert to tell me.
Oh, sorry.
Because I wanted to say something after.
The line I've been given is heart says Ibushi, head says Okada.
Because I'm quite tempted to fill my wall chart in, and then where it says G1 Climax, there's a little ribbon.
Yeah.
I'm quite tempted to get him to autograph it. Meet him one day, get him to autograph it. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
But before we get on to actually previewing the G1, there was a New Japan show this past Saturday.
Yeah.
The G1 special.
In San Francisco?
Yeah, at the Cow Palace.
The historical Cow Palace.
You know what?
Yep.
First thing, this show did not sell out.
No.
Like, this was the first American show not to sell out. And they did, during the show, a really good job of hiding the fact that the upper tier was barely full.
Yep.
But then the moment they did to camera with Josh Barnett and Jim Ross, you could see the entire top tier was empty.
Bit awkward, that, innit?
Yeah, but they did a really good job.
Was that during the time when Jim Ross was like on his chair and not off it?
I'll have quite a bit to say about Jim Ross throughout this.
Splendid.
I'm glad you have, because I've got that in my notes to say as well.
Yeah.
Right, well, so I gather that the main eventer of this, the real star, the big star, is obviously King Haku. Like, you bring up... Now, this Haku, did he come with his crown as listed?
No.
That is an important thing to note, because obviously...
He wrestles in tracky bottoms and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
No, well...
But are you going to tell him... Are you going to CM Punk to Kevin Owens style in the Ring of Honor locker room, go up to him and go, you can't wear a t-shirt?
Is that a real thing that happened?
Yeah, Kevin Owens talks about it in one of his things that CM Punk chewed him out in front of the locker room. And Kevin Owens said the only thing that was in my head, I kind of wanted to point out Homicide sat over there.
Yeah.
In his t-shirt he wrestles in. But
probably wouldn't say it to him, would he?
No, he
also,
thought
CM Punk's had some terrible gear with it. CM Punk had frosted highlights, so get out of it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to wrestle in like Jason Genesis shorts, didn't he?
Genesis driver.
Quite similar to the shorts I'm wearing now.
made
They're
me
just
own
basketball
move.
shorts,
Yeah,
aren't they?
yeah.
I'll do it from top rope in first match. I mean, dark match. Genesis driver.
Talking of first matches, King Haku, Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, Yujiro Takahashi, and Chase Owens defeated Yoshihashi, Gedo, Rocky Romero, Yo, and Sho.
So is that the Bullet Club then?
Yeah, Bullet Club versus other
Chaos.
One.
Yeah,
Chaos, that was them, yeah.
The RevPro Bullet Club off of Bullet Club, but not the good ones.
Well, yeah, but later on,
I know.
this version of Bullet Club becomes a lot more interesting.
Well, yeah,
or
it's
part
okay.
of them anyway.
All right, I know.
Yeah, throughout this match, I was doing the thing I do every year as it comes up to G1 where I'm like, Tama Tonga deserves better. He don't get as much.
I'm pretty sure on last week's podcast I said
Yeah.
what they're doing with Tama Tonga, mate. I'm pretty
they're
sure for
nothing
about
for
past
months.
6 months I
Yeah.
said what they're doing with Tama Tonga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, I didn't pick up on that because basically 90% of what you did last week I had skipped, so I can't corroborate that or not.
Anytime Three Lions was playing in the background.
I'm going to phone up the Lightning Seeds and say you owe them money.
Did you see they did a gig in Hyde Park?
Yeah, they've been doing gigs for the last sort of week.
Yeah,
They're playing in Sheffield soon.
well, they did a 25-minute gig in Hyde Park where clearly the only song they wanted them to play was Three Lions.
Well, last week Rev McClure was talking about it. They did a gig the previous not yesterday, but the previous Saturday on the same day as the England-Sweden match. But their gig was that evening. It was just scheduled that way. It was pure coincidence. Obviously, Reverend was like, I can't wait for them to do Three Lions tonight. That's all.
Yeah.
They are still a band. Like aside from the three, they do have their own songs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their own song, but you know what I mean.
So it's just typical like New Japan 10-man tag multi-man opener match. They think they wrote special in this.
Nah. It's quite fun to see Gedo and Haku have that brief interaction. Quite
Yeah,
enjoyed
like
that.
Haku's 58, I think.
Yeah.
I'm sure I looked it up. He's 58, and he's not doing like massive singles matches, but he's still in ring. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
But then again, he has drunk the blood of his enemies before, so that probably keeps him a bit younger.
Yeah.
Like literally bit a guy's nose off once.
And he's the king. Don't forget.
Yes.
So then the next match was Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano, and they defeated Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr.
So wait, hold on. Zach's already lost.
Toru Yano rolled him up.
Oh, so this is him like losing. This is like the friendlies before the World Cup.
Yano has this long thing we talked about in the G1 last year. Yano plays spoiler to Suzuki Gun, and especially Suzuki, every time they're in the G1 together.
Right, so basically what you're telling me is that Zack Sabre Jr. is actually, in fact, he's not Gareth Southgate's England. He's clearly Roy Hodgson's England, and he's bitten off a bit more than they can chew. Like, it's only a friendly, it don't matter.
No, wait,
Yeah.
he's England, but Toru Yano is Germany.
Is it?
Yeah, he's
Did
more
England
Argentina.
Did England beat Germany before the previous tournament?
Yeah,
Just saying.
he's more Argentina.
Iceland,
he cheats to
maybe?
win.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, even though he's claimed no cheating in this G1.
Suzuki and Ishii just like absolutely smacked like
They tried
some
to
out of each other. Like it were.
They did the same spot as they did at Strong Style of UK last week,
Oh,
except
where
the
they
crowd
smacked each
didn't do
other.
the shush bit in between, which really emphasises how hard both of them hit.
They didn't need to though. Like I'm pretty sure they were quiet through a lot of this show.
Yeah. But yeah, it's quite cool to see a few that came onto the UK shows and is still continuing with Ishii and Suzuki.
Yeah, I weren't that bothered about the finish either. Joe, like Zack Sabre Jr. got pinned, but like it didn't really matter.
And it's Yano as well.
It's like the way it happened. Like there were like a lot of run-ins from each other and stuff. So
I mean, you'll see through the G1 this year, Yano is capable of beating anyone because his roll-up is over.
yeah,
Like his low blow roll-up is so over. Like he had near falls on Okada that the crowd believed and were chanting for him with.
So then next match was Hangman Page and Marty Scurll defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kushida.
Yeah, Hangman Page, murderer. If you watch Being the Elite, he's got really good over this past year.
If you want to compare Marty Scurll to an England manager, he could be the Wally with a brolly, couldn't he?
Really? Just because he's got Broly, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's all you.
Yeah, that's my input.
That seems harsh to compare him to Steve McLaren. Remember
Yeah.
Steve McLaren was involved in the Euros? He was Sky's little reporter.
Was he?
Yeah, have you never seen the clip?
No.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's when England were I think they must have been 1-0 up at this point against Iceland, He's going, yeah, Iceland have got nothing. They've got is a big lad up front. And they went, Steve, they've just scored, haven't they? It's like, yeah, big lad up front. He's scored a goal. Even when he's not the manager anymore. Pushed.
His failure follows him.
Yep.
So yeah, Hangman Page and Marty Scurll together, always good. Tanahashi, always great. Kushida, always great. Kushida's kind of lost in the shuffle at the moment. He's kind of waiting for something to do. But I get the feeling with what we'll talk about later, they might have something for him to do very soon.
Yeah, and Hangman Page is alright, isn't he? Like, I weren't sold on him before, but we saw him at Ring of Honor, and I thought he was good, and quite impressed with him now. And also, when Chase Owens is in the Bullet Club, you automatically don't become the worst member of the Bullet Club.
I'd be careful, because Chase Owens does like our tweets and stuff.
I can have an opinion on Chase Owens.
You don't have to like him.
I know
Kevin Owens follows us, but
like, aside from the Twitter stuff, Chase Owens has improved a lot. There's what's his name now? Leo Tonga, Hideo Loco, something like that.
I don't.
He's another Tongan, and he is the worst in the Bullet Club. He's just a tall bloke who can't work.
Yeah.
He's got the mannerisms of Great Khali, but without the impressive size. He's just big in Japan terms.
Okay. So we've got Hiroki Goto defeated Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, I want to see more Jeff Cobb in New Japan. I love me some Jeff Cobb.
Do you think this was like a one-off thing, or do you think he's going to be over there?
Well, this is his third thing with New Japan now. He did the World Tag League last year. He was on the last show so he could challenge Goto, and then on this one, I hope he's going to be involved with them more in the future. I feel like he's kind of built to be against guys like Goto and Ishii.
Did Goto have a belt?
Yeah, he's a never openweight champion.
Yeah.
This was for the never openweight title that he just won back from FME.
Yeah. I'll be totally honest. I think I fell asleep during that match. I watched stuff in bed and I really shouldn't. So I can't
it was
really
a solid match.
Yeah. I woke up for this one though. Young Bucks defeated Evil and Sonata.
Yeah. Have you seen the clip that's going around from Being the Elite this week, where it's the Young Bucks asking Kenny how to break the 5-star scale?
Oh, he's got a book on psychology.
Yeah. Where it's like, oh, you need to work a limb. Oh, we've tried doing that, and it's just this long segment that's actually quite funny. But yeah, the Young Bucks are absolutely, like, them being at heavyweight is long overdue, and I really, really enjoyed this match. I'm loving the Young Bucks at the moment because they have incorporated like storytelling and all this stuff into their thing. It's not just spots now. They've got so good at storytelling, and this match was really great.
Well, yeah, they've got the spots over, haven't they? So like when they do go to their go-to spots, they're over. But then they've got time to tell stories in between.
But then to compare them to someone like Nakamura, they've got the spots, but then their work rate doesn't drop in between the spots. They're still going 100% and stuff.
Yeah, but Nakamura was going 100% in Japan. It's not until he got to WWE that he decided, well, my spots are over, so I'll just like take a step back. Yeah. Which I don't necessarily blame him for. Like that match, I think we spoke about last week or week before. RVD and 1PW. I don't know any money.
Yeah.
Like it was all his spots that were over, and that's all people wanted to see. Nobody paid to see him do like 5-star classic with David Richards.
One guy did.
Oh yeah. Sorry, the promoter paid for it.
Yeah, one guy literally paid. Yeah, as you noted last week.
Yeah,
I did listen to that short part.
Yeah.
So next up, Okada and Will Ospreay versus Naito and Bushi.
Yeah, they defeated Naito and Bushi.
We haven't talked much about Jim Ross annoying me throughout this show, but in this match, he really bugged me.
Okay, I'm glad because it was this one where
you really know, because there was a few. Oh, so earlier on in the show during the opening match, I've remembered now. He said that Yujiro Takahashi is almost a heavyweight, and you could see him going to heavyweight soon. Dude's been heavyweight 3 or 4 years. Like he's been heavyweight for ages. That's why he always wins tag matches against juniors because he's a heavyweight. But that one, you can kind of go, okay, he might not know that bit. He's not like he's a featured guy. But then he called Bushi, Ibushi, like 4 or 5 times, to the point that Barnett started calling him Ibushi until eventually someone obviously corrected them and they started calling him Bushi again.
Jim Ross is 66.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he
like
stopped
1966. It's coming out. Oh, sorry. No, I mean, it was on the format, but, obviously I had to cross it all out. Sorry. Yeah, Will Ospreay's coming home.
Let him have it. It's rare Scotland have anything to cheer in world football, is it?
Yeah, well, it's fine. Like
you've got like little Zack Sabre Jr. losing his matches here. All I'm saying is Drew McIntyre's in the main event of Raw. Come at me. Noam Dar's on a 3-match win streak. 2 matches.
He said Jim Ross said about Naito, he's like Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I was
he's still doing that, is he?
Yeah.
I thought,
and I was just
these are like the NWO,
Yeah.
apart from all the features.
Yeah, like, if by, like, he does heelish tendencies and he gets cheered, then I'll take it. But other than that, he's nothing like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I guess it's like the ungovernable character, like he's against all authority type thing, which Austin was as well.
Yeah, but there's no authority figure in New Japan.
Yeah, he's just rallying against everyone. Like, the nearest thing he comes to what Austin did with Vince was throwing the title belts around.
Yeah. Like, but do you know, like, when people would say, like, oh, like, so-and-so's the next Shawn Michaels or something like that, it doesn't do him any favours, does it? Because, like, if you, like, when people, I remember comparisons like early 2000s. Oh, Jeff Hardy's the next Shawn Michaels. No, Jeff Hardy's the first Jeff Hardy. Like, he's a bit out there. Naito's, he didn't say he's the next Austin, but like, when you compare somebody to somebody that's that over and that like revered as a legend, that you just don't do him any favors. Because when, like, obviously I know Naito's not like Austin, but if I'm tuning in for the first time and I hear him say, oh, he's the next Austin, automatically I've got this thing now where he better be like Austin, or like, and then I watch him like, well, he's not like Austin.
The only comparison
What's
you
his
could make
thing?
is they both got slight gimmicks over because of other things that happened. So Naito's eye thing is because Mexicans would do that as a racist thing to him, and he turned it into his signature taunt.
Tell that story then.
Tell that story.
Yeah, tell that story on commentary. Don't tell me he's the next Austin.
Or Steve Austin got his name from his wife saying, you know, your tea will be cold if you don't come in.
Stone Cold.
Yeah.
I figured that out myself because that's the name. I'm contributing.
But yeah, do you think Jay White was sat backstage listening to Jim Ross's comments going, I've got to do something about this?
Yeah, like, I've got something else to say about JR's commentary, like, for after the main event, but we'll get onto that later. It's just, it seems like he's turning up for a paycheck, which, fine, but like, I'd prefer it if they paid like Don Callis and what's his face, who were like emotionally invested in it, to put people over.
I'd
properly.
rather even been, instead of JR, Kevin Kelly and Josh Barnett, because Barnett's issue is he don't give a crap about anyone who's not Suzuki's style of wrestler.
Yeah.
He don't care about anyone who does spots or anything. He likes Suzuki and Ishii and guys like that.
Yeah.
Because, of course he does. He's an MMA catch wrestling guy. He likes people like that. But then your lead commentator should give a crap about what's on screen.
Okay, next match.
Oh, just before we get onto that, what do you think of Okada's new look?
That's a bit weird. You mentioned it last week, Neil.
With the balloons.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but on commentary, they said that he seems a bit carefree now. He don't have the belt. He's just enjoying his matches. So I suppose that's summer. Like, if I'm going to criticise a commentary, I'll praise it in another way. That's what they said to explain why he had balloons tied to him. If that's how he expresses that he's carefree, then fine. Next match, Hiromu Takahashi defeated Dragon Lee.
This match started with a hurricanrana to the outside.
Graham's got something to say about this.
Yeah, he did defeat him, but I mean, did he though?
Yeah. So
this is the real competition. Who went to the hospital? Who was the real winner?
American hospital as well. So like, that'll have been good, wouldn't it?
So the thing that's kind of amazing about this is, like, you watched this match and I told you that there was an injury in it, but I didn't want to tell you where, because I wanted you to be kind of surprised about how much he does after the injury.
Oh no, I knew it was Takahashi, and I knew it was a broken neck, but I just didn't know where it came in the match and stuff. So
yeah, he managed to go another 5 minutes, but the next move after that was a destroyer.
Yeah, like
that he managed to do with a broken neck.
Yeah,
and you could tell on some bits, like, he nearly dropped him with the time bomb and a few other bits, and you could see something really wasn't right. But basically, what happened was he went for the Phoenix bomb. Dragon Lee went for the Phoenix bomb on Takahashi and didn't let go of him at the right time, so he ended up just landing him on his head.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's
pretty
brutal.
bad, isn't it?
But Takashi gets the win, but he's going to be out a while, which is very sad.
So like he's a champion, and was this a title
Yeah.
match?
Yeah.
Right. So he's not the champion anymore, is he?
Probably not.
Right.
He did fly back to Japan today.
That means that Will Ospreay's going to win the title again, doesn't it? Which means it's coming out. It's coming out. Oh, sorry. I mean, I'm just talking about the junior heavyweight title.
Yeah, the
that's
junior
all.
heavyweight title's coming out.
Yeah, I wasn't
isn't it?
referencing anything else.
No.
Will Ospreay's not coming anyway. He lives in Australia now, doesn't he? Cheers, Will.
Nice. He bought a house in Kent now.
Oh,
Or Essex. That's where he's from, innit?
I
'Cause he
thought
was Essex.
I thought he bought it in Australia. There you go.
Yeah.
Who knew? You, apparently. So there you go.
United States Championship match. Juice Robinson defeated Jay White to become the new United States champion.
This match was probably the best match both of these two have had.
Yeah, and Juice Robinson's American, isn't it? Which means it's coming home, buddy. Yeah, yeehaw, yippee-ki-yay, yeah,
He's the
United
third-
States title's coming home.
The third US champ and the first actual American US champ.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a really good match. And during this match, Jay White threw Juice Robinson into the commentary booth and broke one of JR's ribs.
Yeah, so I've been really critical of Jay White before. All I'm saying is, I take it all back.
All of it?
Well, like, a
Yeah.
lot of it.
Josh
Okay.
Barnett's claiming like he was genuinely annoyed about that happening because they weren't told in advance they were going to come near him, and he was worried for JR. That's why he got all heated. But he's made a great angle for himself at next American shows, hasn't he? He's getting booked.
I don't believe that it was a shoot. It was all work.
Yeah,
Well,
Jim
all
was
of it,
really-
like even the chucking him into the thing,
What do you mean?
like even the chucking him into commentary and that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Jay
I
Like,
White-
don't really care.
Jay White running for his life. Quite fun.
yeah. Yeah. But like, I think it was all work. Like, I don't. Like Barnett got into the ring. The camera stayed on him and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
like, and I get it. Of course, he's gonna say, "Oh, no, I got," because he's got
Yeah.
to work. Because I understand. Like, but I believe it was all work. Like,
But yeah, this was a great match, and the crowd were really into it.
yeah. Can I just point out that Jay White's a massive heel,
Yeah, he's
and he's not scared to be a heel, which
Yeah.
is why I quite like him now, because
yeah.
he's the only person on that roster minute that gets booed.
I really wanted to buy a shirt of his. I'll probably still will buy one of the shirts, but I can't face wearing a shirt that says "Knife Pervert" on it.
Yeah, you said last week,
Yeah.
but I think you should.
I'm just gonna get one that says Switchblade down it and him like rolling his eyes into the back of his head like Undertaker.
That's much better. Yeah, shirt that says Switchblade on it.
It's better than Knife Perverts.
Yeah, but I mean, there's degrees of better, isn't it?
Can I get a wrestler fashion?
Rest the fashions.
So Juice Robinson were dressed a bit like a pirate, to be honest.
I've been waiting for a wrestler fashions on Juice Robinson since he debuted this whole look. It's mental.
Like,
It's like, what do you want to go for with your gimmick? Oh, just a bit of everything.
Paul Burchill,
yeah, it was a bit Paul Burchill.
the greatest British superstar ever.
Is he?
That's all.
He looks
I'm
like
not
a
hitting the
pirate who's been dragged through a drag show. It's all
Dragged to a
fur,
drag
and
show?
he's
Yeah.
got a bear on the back of his jacket, and it's all like
Because he's a big
macho
bear.
man.
He's a big cuddly bear.
Yeah, and
Big cuddly pirate bear.
he did say on commentary that time that he was going to go out and get balls deep in some Japanese women. Like he actually said that on camera.
Splendid.
Yeah.
Main event time.
Main event.
The IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Kenny Omega, the champion, defeated Cody, the challenger.
There was some really great storytelling in this.
Non-blonde Cody.
Yeah, non-blonde.
This
Yeah.
were like 3.5 stars, I reckon.
Yeah, because he's got rid of his blonde hair for some kind of TV/movie role.
Is that what he said?
That's what JR
Yeah.
said on commentary.
Yeah, because
Oh.
he's not wrestling now until All In.
Yeah,
taking,
he
like-
said he's taking some time off to heal and to work on outside projects.
I think he's going to get injured at All In then. You know, from being out of practice.
Nah, it'd be right. He'll.
I mean, I'm asking your opinion as a worker,
Yeah, I know, like, because I'm a veteran of the industry. Like,
obviously.
nah, it'd be fine. He'll work off his ring rust when
Good.
when they put ring up, won't they?
You know, you should have when he was in the UK last. You should have applied to be Bernard the business bear, who comes out at ring.
Thing
with
is
You've got
though, like
experience with that.
I think that they purchased the suit altogether, and I only work.
Oh,
I,
there's
only
no
work
point then, is
I
there?
only work with a mismatched suit.
No
I don't know
point,
if you know
yeah.
this. Like,
But the really great bit of storytelling in this match, which was like the evolution of Cody becoming the old Cody again. Early on in the match, Cody drags Brandy Rhodes in front of him to stop Kenny diving on him. But then later in the match, as Kenny's obliterating him with V-triggers, Brandy climbs in the ring and actually tries to shield her husband, and Cody moves her out of the way and then tells Kenny to give him one last thing. So then he gets V-triggered again, one-winged angel and pinned, and he accepted the loss and that he wasn't as good as Kenny Omega.
Yeah, because like did they shake hands after? No, they didn't shake hands. Kenny like lifted him up.
Yeah.
Did he? But yeah, this were a good Cody match.
Yeah, we got the big farewell where all the Bullet Club came out.
Not
Kenny
all of
as the
them.
leader.
Not all of them.
Nope.
All the like the elite Bullet Club.
The whites.
I mean, I didn't want to say that.
No, the Tongans did come out because
not right.
Yeah,
No. If
yeah,
we're telling
oh.
the
Yeah, but
true
they
story,
weren't
they were
allowed out
all the others were like in the ring and like all celebrating.
Yeah, not allowed out with the whites though, are they?
No, and then they're walking up the ramp all together, and then the Tongans come out at the top of the ramp, and I had this spoiled for me, so I knew it was happening.
I didn't.
But I still thought it looked a bit odd the way that all like the elite members were stood in front of the Tongan members. So then like it's a bit obvious that they were just going to attack them from behind, I feel.
They took off their shirts to reveal firing squad T-shirts.
Yeah, but this was like after they beat them down.
Yeah.
They beat them down first, then they removed the Bullet Club shirts to reveal a brand new shirt available on ProWrestlingTees.com.
The most heartbreaking moment of all of this was Chase Owens getting beaten down because he was always referred to as the honorary Tongan because he always teamed with them. He actually posted a video up of him like looking at his honorary Tongan T-shirt, just sad.
Yeah. I mean, you say that's heartbreaking, but like he's on what's clearly the Wolfpack side rather than the Hollywood side. So who's the real winner there? Who was like the worst member of the Wolfpack?
So the Wolfpack was Nash, Conan, Luger, Sting, Macho Man. Is that it?
So definitely
Was
Conan.
Stevie
Then.
Ray in?
No, he was
Wolfpack
definitely in black and white.
Yeah,
Oh, there must have been someone terrible in Wolfpack.
Conan. Conan is terrible.
Conan
right?
can cut a promo, but he's a terrible
yeah, but
wrestler.
he's terrible. There you go. So Chase
Yeah.
Owens is the Conan here.
But yeah, it was a really good ending to the show. Cody Rhodes came out to save them all and then got beat down himself as well, leaving the firing squad to do the too sweet but underneath,
Yeah,
which was a nice little thing as well.
Is that the testicular grab? 'Cause it's
Yeah,
like a bit of a tickle. It's the old tickle.
yeah, it's a ball tickle, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit. Right, that seemed all right.
Yeah, we're good.
Solid
I
show.
actually enjoyed it.
They are back on September 30th.
Good.
That's why Will Ospreay isn't at Progress Wembley anymore.
Is he not?
No, they put up a video to announce that he's not on the show anymore because New Japan had announced an LA show. Except when they released that video, New Japan hadn't announced an LA show.
Ah, nice.
So he spoiled it.
Splendid. Wasn't Will Ospreay booked on Progress first?
Yeah, but he's contracted to New Japan.
It's a bit awkward, that, innit?
Yep.
Yeah. Couldn't see that happening to anyone else.
No.
Not the
No,
guy
I
who's supposed to be at main event.
Right, so let's run through this very quickly, okay?
Yeah, we don't need to go through every match because if you buy your wall chart at royalgrumblepodcast.bigcartel.com,
you'll know what every match is. You won't need it. So
yeah.
right, what we're looking forward to most from the beginning of the A block.
Well, the opening match of the A block has. You have to remind me of the matches.
No, we're not going through them all. So,
So you're looking forward
on the
to
opening
Suzuki
night,
against
so-
Tanahashi. That's what
Yeah,
you're looking
Suzuki
for.
versus
There you go.
Tanahashi will be the good one that
Yeah,
night.
no one cares about
The-
Okada versus Jay White, even though it's
they're both chaos,
It's not
yeah.
interesting.
It's interesting with the
It's not.
chaos stuff.
It's not. It's Jay White.
And they've both started wearing the same colours.
Still Jay
So
White.
just to point out that this obviously like dates when we're recording this because this one actually happened.
That happened yesterday,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
why Jay White beat Okada, and everyone's like, "Oh,"
Whereas
but I didn't care.
so the B block, if I remember correctly, is being opened up with Omega versus Tamatonga.
No, you're wrong. It's Omega
that-
versus Naito.
Omega versus Night. See,
Which
that's
is more
gonna be
interesting.
amazing.
And Zack Sabre Jr. against Kota Ibushi,
Oh yes.
which is a match I should have seen several years ago in Farringdon. Farringdon. And then Ibushi went and got injured. Cheers, Ibushi. Probably setting himself on fire with a firework or something.
Is Omega Tamatonga happening this week? Because I feel like it's happening early in the G1.
Nope.
Yeah. It happens on
sorry, it is
21st of
21st,
July.
Yeah.
21st, isn't it? Not
Because
far off.
it'll be interesting with what's just happened. Because Tamatonga's going to win that one,
Yeah.
so he
Yeah,
gets a
looking
shot
forward
later.
to Michael Elgin versus Page.
Next.
Nope, that's what I thought.
He's not called that. He's called FME. That's how I stopped paying into the money jar.
Sanada versus Tamatonga.
That'll be good because that's
Just
two
throwing out
extremely
random
athletic
names.
guys who should have a good match. It depends if Snarder tries.
Any others that catch your eye, Daryl?
No, we've spoke about all the ones that catch my eye. So Tonga versus Omega, that'll be a good one. And that's obviously got storyline implications.
Toru Yano versus Ibushi.
There you go. That'll be fun.
Cool.
Do you think Ibushi will go straight toe to toe with him, or should I say testes to testes with him?
It'll be a pure DDT match, won't it?
You'll probably tickle him right there, just to show that he's not afraid of him. Yeah. So obviously we've got the G1 this week, but last week, the week that preceded this, you know what the most important event of last week was?
What?
Brock Lesnar's birthday. Happy 39th to the world and universal, the champion of everything. And you know what we're going to do?
Go on.
We're going to celebrate his achievements of this week, because that's not the only thing that happened this week, or at least last week anyway, after this.
Hi, my name is Glenn Jacobs, and I'm running for mayor of Knox County here in the great state of Tennessee. In my career, I've been blessed to travel all over the world and see all the great communities that our country has to offer.
I grew up locked in a basement, suffering severe psychological and emotional scarring when my brother set my parents on fire. From there, I shifted around among a series of mental institutions until I was grown, at which point I buried my brother alive. Twice. Since then, I've set a couple of people on fire and abducted various coworkers.
But in my opinion, Knox County is the best place to live, work, and raise a family. 22 years ago, I met the love of my life here in East Tennessee. We decided to make this place our home and to raise our family here.
Divorced. Broke up my ex-wife's wedding and tombstoned the priest. And for reasons never quite explained, I have an unhealthy obsession with torturing Pete Rose.
President Reagan once called America the shining city on a hill. Let's make Knox County an example of what that shining city looks like. Together, we can and we will make Knox County the standard bearer for the rest of Tennessee and the entire Southeast. Thank you.
Oh, and I once electrocuted a man's testicles.
Hi guys, just a disclaimer. For some reason, my mic didn't work for the entire second half, and yeah, so you can barely hear me. I apologise for this. I'm being punished by the other two for this now. Bye.
So, Daryl, I've got a question for you, my friend.
Yeah, what's up, mate?
Who's the absolute undisputed king of the entire world?
Haku?
No, sorry, I shouldn't have said king. Champion of the entire world.
Daniel Cormier.
Of the entire universe.
Oh, Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, right. Guess who rocked up back at UFC last week?
Ronda Rousey.
Yes, but also Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both
Men?
yeah. Biggest two stars in the whole of UFC's weekend were WWE talents. That went well, didn't it? Cracking. But they had a completely legitimate shoving match.
This was brilliant.
It was beautiful.
What I like most about it is they're blatantly both smiling as they do it. They're like, this is a bit laughing it way.
Cormier is in heaven.
He's loving it. He's loving doing a wrestling angle, isn't he?
Is that because he's going to get an easy title fight?
Well, Daniel Cormier is the one who was it Seth Rollins or no? It was CM Punk. CM Punk was doing a Q&A session at one of the early UFCs, so it's definitely CM Punk. And Daniel Cormier got on the mic and asked a question, which was, "Is this really Seth Rollins' phone number you gave me earlier?" Yeah, it is. It's like, oh, I'm so psyched, and just wanders off to go ring Seth Rollins.
Splendid. Yep.
Because he's a massive wrestling fan.
Yeah, he took his kids to WrestleMania, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Well, he was a wrestler, like a college wrestler, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But like Daniel Cormier became the world heavyweight champion. But you know what's bigger than the world, Daryl?
Well, he's a dual champion as well.
Yeah, okay, but he became
Is
the
it-
world heavyweight champion. He was already listen. So
Is it?
'cause, yeah,
So
there you
ask me
go.
the question again.
Yeah. Do you know what's bigger than the world?
Daniel Cormier's belly at heavyweight.
No, but
Okay.
yes. I mean, yes, but
He can
bigger
have
than
all-
that.
He can have all the Popeyes chicken he wants, and that's not a racist thing. He generally said the thing he missed most about
Sounds a bit racist,
yeah,
though,
if you
doesn't
have
it?
to say it's not a racist
Yeah.
thing.
He genuinely said in an interview the thing I missed most about heavyweight is I can't eat Popeyes chicken.
Yeah.
So
If you
can
have
we
to,
just
yes.
say
Yeah.
categorically that Dan has said the most racist thing on the podcast today yet? So
Yet.
far.
We can say that for now. I'm sure we do. Right, yeah, so you know what's bigger than the world, Daryl?
Go on.
The universe.
Oh,
You
right.
know Brock Lesnar's a universal champion. of
Is
that?
he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I know you wouldn't know it because he never carries the belt and never does anything about it, but technically is still.
Yeah, so he got in the cage and cut a promo on two fighters. I don't think I can repeat what he said.
No, I don't think
But,
you can, unless you've got a lot of money
no.
in your pocket.
But he basically just talked down about two fighters and then said he was going to beat Cormier, did he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Walked in, entered the USADA testing pool, January. It's on. Straight into a heavyweight title shot.
So they were originally saying the fight would be in November at Madison Square Garden, and then USADA came and spoiled the party by saying actually he's not eligible till January.
I don't think that's what happened. I thought that just people on the internet were saying it'll be in November, not like UFC.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, and then I think other people on the internet worked out that he'd actually be eligible for the New Year's Eve card.
Yeah, because he's still got 6 months suspension to serve or something like that.
Actually, he's not going to be eligible until January the 6th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's an odd date that sticks in my mind, but I remember it specifically.
I'm pretty sure Dana White's going to be a little bit livid that he didn't enter just a little bit before to get him on New Year's Eve card.
Yeah.
Or December 29th, whatever it is.
I assume it must have been going down to wire or something in the deal, you know?
Yeah.
Right, but yeah. We'll see. Of course, don't forget he has to make it through all the testing. Let's not forget that. Like,
yeah, but he did before. He made it through all the testing, got into the fight, beat Mark Hunt, and then he failed.
Yeah.
And he broke the machines.
Yeah.
With the amount of gear in it.
I'm quite looking forward to him passing all the tests, getting into the fight with Cormier, beating him for the belt, and then failing the test and ruining the UFC.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Making Daniel Cormier cry in the cage again. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, because he's already ruined WWE by like not rocking up with a belt ever since he went to Saudi Arabia for a lot of money.
So, talking to him in WWE, I read online, I think it came from Meltzer, that his contract ends in August.
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was on one of the Meltzer audios that he said his contract ends in August.
Right.
Because when I say I've read it online, I've heard it online, I only say that if it's come from Meltzer, because I don't believe anyone else.
No.
And sometimes he's wrong. But yeah, so like it ends in August, which, if that is true, and if he's not going to re-sign, he's losing the belt at SummerSlam?
Yeah.
So he's going to either win the match, and then swerve, Braun Strowman comes down with the briefcase, or they're just going to go, Braun, just say you're going to cash it in.
Just pagger him,
Yeah.
Probably better to do that for Braun. But probably won't do it.
Yeah, they'll want to keep Brock happy, won't they? In that like vague hope that he's going to come back and like save the company again. So
he'll come back after he gets you started again.
Yeah,
I'll come back and do some wrestling for several $1 million. Because actually, Brock knows how many billions they've got now, doesn't he?
Yeah, of course he does.
Exactly. So he'll be like, "Oh, you've got that much? Interesting. Time for a contract renegotiation."
And this time he actually has UFC to negotiate with.
Yes.
So before, when it's been all like, "Oh, we might go to UFC again," this time's like,
He's been in the frigging cage.
I am going to the UFC again. You have to give me a lot of money to also do this.
Continuing on the UFC theme, Ronda Rousey was in the UFC Hall of Fame this week, which the first woman into the UFC Hall of Fame. As I clarified, the two biggest stars at the UFC show were on WWE's payroll. But even bigger honor than that, she's the pre-order bonus for WWE 2K19.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the real honor, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
That's the real quiz.
Yeah, because if you're the pre-order bonus, you're the real main event, aren't you?
Yeah. Who else is a pre-order bonus?
Rey Mysterio.
Right. You've got down something here that I think is inaccurate, so you can say what you want, and then I'm going to challenge you on it.
Okay. Well, I thought I've read this on Observer, but like I said, if I didn't, then obviously I'm wrong. I thought Rey Mysterio signed a 2-year deal with WWE.
What I have read is that he's not signed because they're still negotiating with him. Basically, the sticking point at the moment is he's already booked for All In, and they don't want him to do All In.
Okay, right.
That's what I've read on it. There's much more as I can add. It's basically they're trying to get him off All In, and he's like, yeah, I sort of want to do it though.
Yeah, I can see why he would as well. Cody's probably his mate, isn't he?
Yeah, and what'll end up, because they had that feud where he broke his face.
Yeah,
wore a little plastic mask, and the WWE Rumbler came with a little plastic mask that everyone lost.
Yeah, did you lose yours?
No.
Oh, so
I didn't buy a Cody Rhodes figure.
Oh, I did. I've still got it.
I don't want it.
Okay.
I collected the
Rumble. I'm going to
and
give it you anyway. So.
Do you know who else has come back to WWE?
Who else, mate?
Someone I've. Now I'm going to say
you've met her, haven't you?
In a way, I made a picture with her.
Do you know this story, Dan? Oh, okay. So
this is all your idea as well. That's the worst part about all of this.
So it's Caitlyn. Caitlyn's coming back for the Mae Young Classic, and at WrestleMania 29, at the WWE shop at the arena, at the stadium, me and Graeme went to buy a load of tat, basically, and they were doing autograph signings there, and meet and greets, photo ops and all that, and Caitlyn were there. We didn't want to queue to meet Caitlyn, because, like, no offence, it's Caitlyn, innit? It's not like a massive star. And so I just said to him, well, why don't you just, like, sneak up behind her, and I'll just take your picture. So that's what he did. So if you're friends with either of us on social media, I'm not going to post it because for legal reasons, but like it's already on there. Like if you're friends with us, so if you go through my pictures, you'll be able to find a picture of Graeme looking like quite shady behind Caitlin.
Do you think she walked in for meeting with Vince and Vince just went, "My, you've enhanced yourself"?
Maybe.
No, the only thing I've seen Caitlin do since she left WWE was, well, I don't know if we can, but she fell over that chair, didn't she? That's just so great. If you've seen it, you know. I love that. It's just that's more enjoyable. Like, on one level, it's a horrible invasion of privacy, but on another level, it's really funny that she fell over the chair. That's all I'm going to say. If you know, you know.
As far as the wrestling goes, when she were in WWE, I didn't mind her tomorrow. She weren't amazing, but like she weren't rubbish. She were all right.
She's no worse than like Carmella.
No. So and she'll be at Mae Young Classic. Maybe I don't know how many rounds it is, but she goes through a couple of rounds.
Stop talking about American things. The Great British Grumble.
Right.
Yeah. So there's been a little rumor coming out this week from Barnburner, whatever that is. You know, WrestleMania. It's coming to London, which means it's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. WrestleMania's coming home. I mean, sort of.
In a way.
Yeah, I mean, what would you rather have home, football or WrestleMania?
When you say would I rather have football coming home, is it winning World Cup?
Well,
if it is, then that 100%.
Is that the same thing? Is that the same thing?
Well, I need you to clarify.
Well,
what you mean by football coming home?
Football, just football or WrestleMania. Simple. What would you rather have?
Well, WrestleMania then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. Well, don't worry.
If you can't specify what football coming home actually means.
Well, WWE are on about having 2 WrestleManias a year.
Right. I've got an issue with this.
I hope you've got the same issue as I do.
So firstly, how does that fall in the numerical system? Is my issue. Because
well, they don't use numbers anymore, mate. I think you've missed. No, mate. No numbers.
Anyway,
you've got WrestleMania Statue of Liberty next year. Right. Sorry, WrestleMania Crown.
Yeah. So that's my first issue. My second issue is, why call it WrestleMania? Because I understand it's got the name WrestleMania, but like,
I've got a suggestion for the name.
Is it SummerSlam and do it in August?
No, it's Greatest WrestleMania. Obviously, that makes it fine.
Yeah.
No.
Wrestle Wembley.
I'm right looking forward to Wembley in October.
Oh yeah. And it's got roof on it.
Has it?
Yeah, it's got a roof. Oh, it only comes over like 3/4. It doesn't cover the full pitch, but there is a roof that comes over it.
Anthony Joshua's fine at Wembley. So if
when?
I don't know, sometime.
Oh.
So if he can do it, right, WrestleMania can do it.
Something like going to football in October, and that's not too bad. Remember that time you came to Hillsborough in October?
That was fun. Football came home that day, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. You definitely have to wear a raincoat for WrestleMania, though. We wore a raincoat for a WrestleMania that we went to anyway. You're going to have to wear it for one next year. New York's cold or rainy.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, so stop moaning.
I just like to have a whinge, don't I?
Yeah, you do a little bit, yeah. Tell you what else is coming out.
Wait, so you said you had wondered if I had the same issue as you with WrestleMania.
I just thought it's not going to be real WrestleMania, is it?
Oh, well, no, of course it's not.
It's going to be WrestleMania. Like they do WrestleMania Revenge Tour.
Yeah, well, I just, say you're going to do a massive show, but don't call it WrestleMania.
Bring back Insurrection, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rebellion. Rebellion. Love that song. It's good, isn't it? You know what else is coming home?
Go on.
You talk about sport, talk about World of Sport coming home to ITV, which means it's coming home. It's coming home to ITV. See, I can do it too. It's fun. I quite enjoy this.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
28th of July, mate. Never mind your World Cup. That's all gone.
5 p.m.
5 o'clock, yeah. So basically, the slot that used to be Harry Hill's TV burp and anything else that are like, well, we need Summit to fill a little bit of time. So
you've been framed.
Yeah. Is Ninja Warrior that time, or is that a little bit later?
No, that's a little bit later, mate, because that gets viewers.
I think if they don't lead it into Ninja Warrior, they're missing a trick here, really.
Yeah.
Chris Kamara doing double duty. That'd be great.
Yeah. Lots of ICW names on the roster.
Yeah. So have either of you had a chance to look at the roster?
I know.
I've seen their updates. So I've seen like Kaylee Ray and Viper and all these.
Yeah. So Grado. I'll go through. I've got the roster. I'll go through it. I'll go through everyone. So Grado, Rampage, Easton Reese, Shah Samuels, who's ICW.
Not Yestin Reese.
IESTYN, whatever. Adam Maxted off of Love Island, innit? Nathan Cruz, British Bulldog Jr., Will Ospreay. Oh, that's a bit lazy, this, isn't it? Being on World Sport,
a bit
mate.
lazy to be on. A bit lazy, isn't it?
Joe Hendry.
Yep.
Justin Sism. Never heard of that guy.
Sism.
Yeah, Sism. Never heard of him. He's got a cape. Martin Kirby. That's good. We like Martin Kirby. Everyone's favourite Scottish wrestler, Lionheart.
Lionheart's doing double duty because not only like the ICWWE thing, but he's on BBC doing that Wrestlers to Rogues thing.
Yeah. Oh God, he's gonna be on telly.
Doug Williams.
Yes. Shall I?
Stevie Boy off of ICW as well.
Yeah.
BT Gunn off of ICW.
Yeah.
With weird little face paint.
Next one I'm going to show you. Oh, I can't get the picture loaded now. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, there we go. He's called Crater. I don't know if you... I don't know.
Isn't that also... There is definitely cyanide, but isn't that also Bane from Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the mask he wears.
Someone else is wearing a mask though, isn't there? Can we get onto him now?
Yeah. Robbie X.
There we go. Robbie X.
I'm proper happy for him.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, but wearing a mask though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did anyone else think about telling him to wear a mask at any time?
I mean, I never told him.
Right.
But like when we had conversations back in the day, like I when he were wrestling on shows and I'd retired, I'd left my boots in the ring and
obviously
wearing my slamming jacket by then and blacking up. I think I've said the most racist thing on the show.
Yeah, I think you've taken the racist.
Yeah.
He's taken the racist crown.
He had a bear mask. I couldn't see it.
I was suggesting that he should wear a mask. I mean, my views of why he should wear a mask were probably a little bit harsh, but I just thought he looked a bit weird, and I thought a mask would suit him better.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, Alex Shane tells him, "Oh, do you want to be on my show? You need to wear a mask."
Yeah.
Yeah. At Southside, where he's a heel, the crowd sing the song "Purple Rain" to him, but change the word "rain" to "face."
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, to make fun of his acne and that.
Like I like Rob. Like I haven't spoken to him probably like 8 years, 9 years, something like that. Like went 1PW Academy. I don't know any money closed. Like I probably didn't talk to him after that. Bar the one show that me and you went to in Blackpool.
Yeah.
I spoke to him then. But like he's a good lad, or he was a good lad at the time. Like his sound, I'm really happy for him. The most successful 1PW Academy member, and the second most, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the second most, definitely.
Yeah.
Which tells the story, really, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
I felt for a few years he should be on a bigger stage than he is, and I'm really glad that he's finally got one because genuinely he's brilliant. Like whatever role he plays, he's really great at it. He's a very, very good wrestler, and I'm very happy to see him on World of Sport.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
As well.
So some of the women that are on it, Kaylee Ray, I think we said.
You missed a guy on when you were listing. Kip Sabian is another one. He's a lot.
I missed a few guys out, mate.
Yeah, we just went straight to the story.
Like I'm happy he's getting somewhere to shine as well because he's quite good.
So Kaylee Ray, B Priestley, and then this one, Viper. Weren't she on Mae Young Classic?
Yes, she was. Yes, well, so was Kelly Ray though.
Well, she yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, I guess. That like a lot of these people that had WWE associations, either through ICW or through their own means of like being on the Mae Young Classic,
yep,
are now signed with World of Sport.
Interesting.
A little bit, yeah. Like I don't know how it affects anything, but
I think with Viper, the women's division is going to be built around her in World of Sport because she's the throwback to Klondike Kate, isn't she?
yeah.
Whereas in WWE Mae Young Classic, she was kind of a bit part player. Like she probably didn't do as much as she like to show as good as she is. Whereas in World of Sport, she'll get a bit more of a run.
Yeah, happy for them all though.
Yeah.
Hope it goes well. We'll be watching it. We'll be covering it.
We're going to get his own version of the Monday Night Wars, except it's not going to have an actual day. It's just going to be across the week on
Yeah.
networks and
But this versus WWE main event on Sky Sports Mix. So that's good news for British wrestling.
Yeah.
Bad news for British wrestling. Progress, right? Breaking their own rules.
Yeah. What's the first rule of progress? I'll let you say it. We'll let him say it and not swearing. What's the first rule of progress?
don't be a dick.
Right.
So right, you know what? Not allowed to say it anymore. That's your one. Right. So
DBAD.
yeah. So they announced on their Twitter, and to be fair, right, I understand what they were doing. They announced on the Twitter that if England gets to World Cup on Sunday, did it happen, Graeme? I'm not sure.
Let me just check.
All right. He just needs to. He's not 100% sure
World
if it happened.
Cup
I mean,
final.
he has reactivated his social media, so
World
I assume.
Cup final.
I assume he's not hiding.
France versus How do you spell England?
It begins with an E, I think.
Right. So this one's. I mean, this begins with CROATI. No.
No.
Then no.
So no, then.
No.
Right.
Still no.
But if England got to World Cup final,
Which they didn't.
they were going to start the show early, have an early intermission, which would coincide with the actual World Cup final.
Yeah.
And then start it as soon as start the second half of the show as soon as the final ended, and finish the show. Aim to finish the show at 9:30.
Yep.
People on Twitter complained because they're like, well, you know, we've booked travel tickets and everything like that, and it's a double-edged sword really, because as much as you've been like getting on at us today, which fine, like for English people or English fans, it's a big thing.
Oh yeah, I understand.
So like I understand them going, well, we want to cater to them fans, but then
like I assume a lot of people changed their shows from yesterday so that everyone can sit and watch the third, fourth place playoff.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have done that.
The feeling of us being in a World Cup would be like if Scotland qualified for a World Cup.
He's more bitter than you.
I know he's
noticed.
having a go. He's having a go, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh, just laughing
Oh,
along.
come back from Japan and now I'm having a go.
Welsh guy who's been going on about it.
Yeah.
Past month.
Yeah, they got. Well, you can't really ever got him though, can you? Because they got to semi-final recently. As well,
This
so.
isn't necessarily the bad thing that's
No.
happening, because I
I get
understand
that.
that.
I actually completely understand it, but
Right, so
well, once again with progress, it's the way they're doing things.
Yeah, so so people complain on Twitter, and they say, well, if you read our terms and conditions, it actually tells you that showtimes may vary or may change, or subject to change. Somebody went onto it and then got an old cache of the website.
The way back machine.
Yeah, to find out when it was updated, and they updated it the day before they made the announcement.
Mhm.
So, like, when they bought the tickets, that was not the terms and conditions, and they were in full right to complain about it.
You know what this is? So, you can tell who's running the Progress Twitter depending on how they respond to things like this. This was John Briley, the guy who does the music and stuff and all the production side of things. His personal skills aren't great.
Is he a bit of a tool?
He can be.
He strikes me as a bit of a tool if that's him who's doing it, because
He's
there's
quite
really...
direct.
Yeah, you say quite direct, mate. I would go further and say he's not very nice.
Yeah.
And this has happened with Progress more than once recently on their Twitter
It's
account.
been John Briley running it.
Yeah, someone keep him away from it.
Yeah, because like for most part with Progress, they're quite nice. I think they're quite accommodating for a lot of fans and stuff like that. And I don't want to slag them off because they're probably the biggest British company at minute. So like I don't want to slag them off, but they've got to be held accountable for stuff. And if he's running social media, then he probably shouldn't be doing it.
Well, they have a social media manager. You know the guy who came out and gave us whiskey at the show.
I remember the whiskey, but I don't remember the guy. Yeah.
He's the social media manager.
Yeah.
Like they have a social media manager, but then.
Yeah, but things happen. Like if you were busy and they needed to get this announcement out, I understand. But like, you've got to be prepared that people have paid money for transport, and there's a lot of like people that don't like football, that like wrestling, and
Tyler Bate and Susie, her name is. She's one of the people who helps run Pro Wrestling Girl Gang. Got into a debate about because Tyler Bate just said something along the lines of just be happy that we're in World Cup, like.
yeah, I saw this. Yeah.
Saying, you know, we've already paid for money and stuff, and Tyler Bate just went, "I'll pay for your travel." Just to get out.
That don't actually solve the problem, though, does it?
No.
But
It's not.
the thing that happened afterwards is clearly Glenn, who seems like Jim's decent, and then Glenn seems like the most sound of the three, because he jumped on and posted a thing saying, "Email me and I will sort something out with you if this is going to greatly affect you."
Yeah.
Which is the way it should have been done from the first place. But it's like all customer service, isn't it? You treat people decently and stuff. It's
Yeah, like this weren't the fans' fault. The guys running the show changed things at the last minute.
yeah.
And like I said, there's a lot of people that don't like football and have clearly bought tickets for the wrestling.
And to
Like-
be fair, like I looked at the card today. I had no intentions of going down for it because it's in Birmingham, but it's a solid card. They've got Mark Andrews versus El Phantasmo. That's a proper decent match.
Yeah.
And Drew Parker versus Jimmy Havoc in what's not advertised as a death match, which would be interesting. It'll be a death match.
So going to another low, but stepping out of the British wrestling scene. Raw drew the lowest rating it's ever done. 2.47 million viewers.
Is that because it's so interesting that people just can't stomach too much of it and they don't want to watch it?
I think so, yeah.
It's like
Are you
when you're dehydrated, you don't just grab a 2-litre bottle of water and just down it. You do like thimbleful, don't you?
Or are you going to blame this on Drew McIntyre being in main event?
I mean, all I'm saying is
Saw this coming.
that before that, before the Scottish influx, like they were on a 3.9, weren't they? Day after WrestleMania, there were no Scottish people on show then.
Is it all because
So-
people were like couldn't tolerate the excitement? They were waiting for England to come home, and now that they have, they can
Yeah.
go back to Raw.
Yeah, the people who watch Raw now.
Yeah.
When the only thing I remember from Raw the past few weeks, and it's because we mentioned it before we went on air, is the fact that Braun Strowman put Kevin Owens in a portal loop.
Yeah,
Raw's not been great for a few weeks.
yeah, it doesn't
I've
matter though.
literally not watched a full episode of Raw since before Money in the Bank.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I haven't. Have I watched Money in the Bank? I actually might not have.
Did we review Money in the Bank?
No.
We didn't properly.
Okay.
No, we didn't. Remember, that was the one that we went, here's all the good stuff, and also Money in the Bank's on. Here's what happened there.
Right. Okay.
On that very note,
Yeah. So
here's Extreme Rules.
yeah, so we're going to run down the Extreme Rules card. That's if you're downloading the show as soon as it comes out, it's happening tonight.
Yep.
If you're downloading the show after that, it's already happened, and this bit is pointless.
Yeah.
You can always go to www.com, read the results, and then watch the good bits.
So these are taken from Wikipedia. So if they're wrong, blame the people that edited it, not me. New Day versus Sanity in a tables match.
Surely, is that going to be in the? Mind you, they wouldn't put a tables match on the pre-show, would they? That'd be the opener, I reckon.
I know this. Yeah, this is the order that was on Wikipedia as well. So
Oh, there you go then. Pre-show. Why not? Yeah, I don't blame.
Alexa Bliss defending her title against Nia Jax in an Extreme Rules match.
Yes, been waiting to see this match. So glad Ronda Rousey's suspended.
So the next match has not got a stipulation on it as of yet. AJ Styles defending his title against Rusev.
Rusev Day.
Yeah.
No.
One thing I do remember about WWE this week, apparently Rusev instantly made himself the best commentator in the world.
Yeah, I heard about this, but I've not
His
actually
commentary apparently was brilliant
watched it.
because he was doing he wasn't just playing along, he was just doing him, and it was great apparently.
Okay.
I need to go back and watch it.
Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt defending their titles against the B Team. Again, no stipulation.
Is that on the pre-show as well? Sure. Mind you, they're all 4-hour shows now, aren't they?
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
well, what matters?
Probably. I've not followed it, mate. Carmella defending her championship against Asuka, and James Ellsworth is suspended above the ring in a shark cage.
Because
they've gotta sell them toys.
Shark cage. If Asuka doesn't win, like, it was already bad enough, but like it's even worse, isn't it? If Asuka don't win,
she's probably gonna lose, isn't she?
Just send her back to Japan then.
Yeah, she's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the point?
yeah. They managed to kill her.
Yep.
The Bludgeon Brothers are defending their titles against Team Hell No. Again, no stipulation in Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
Surely there's a stipulation there because Bludgeon Brothers carry stuff around with them.
Yeah, they could have the Hammers match.
We didn't get to do it last week.
No.
No.
Yeah, Team Hell No's reunion has been excellent.
Yeah?
We had a great T-shirt.
Yeah,
Of
excellently
Angry
terrible.
Why is it an angry raisin?
Because it's Kane's mask, but then with arms coming, really tiny arms.
And because it's got a big like mouth hole, it looks like a raisin, basically.
Okay.
And because of all the wrinkles in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Raisins aren't red. Yeah,
This-
so
this
that's
T-shirt sounds amazing.
But saying
Yeah.
angry dried currant sounds weird.
Well, is it dried currant? Maybe
Uh,
cranberry.
Let's move on. Dolph Ziggler defending his title against Seth Rollins in a 30-minute Iron Man match.
I agree. Let's move on and skip the next one, and I'll tell you why.
What's to skip the next match?
Yeah.
Okay.
Skip the one. We'll talk about the other one in a minute.
Jeff Hardy defending his championship against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, United States title match. Probably Shinsuke Nakamura wins to go, look, we are putting him over.
Yeah.
I mean, he has lost every WWE title shot, but look, belt.
Yeah. I'm quite interested in this, to be honest.
Should be a good match.
Like, I've not seen any build up. Just on paper,
I saw Jeff Hardy like paint his little eyes.
Oh yeah, I've seen him with face paint.
Probably
on,
a little
man.
bit of wacky stuff. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens in a steel cage match.
Make it really quick.
Yeah, I quite like Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
I quite like Kevin Owens at times. So like,
Make it really quick.
Yeah,
Just make it like 7 minutes of him smashing her about and Kevin Owens trying to run away.
yeah,
That'd be a laugh, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Kevin Owens won't lose any heat from it. He got beaten by Goldberg in 10 seconds.
Yeah. So you wanted to go back?
Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin, mate. You've forgotten that.
Yeah,
I mean, how could you possibly forget that? How could you forget that entirely exciting match? Next. So, but all this, right?
Yeah.
All this, okay. Quite an intriguing card. What do you think the main event would be? Like of all,
It's a trick question.
well, like obviously what we've read all that. Team Hell No are back, so that'd be the main event, wouldn't it?
I mean, ideally you'd have a title match.
Well, that's true. Yeah, AJ Styles against Rusev could be the main event because that's the WWE title match, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they've been talking about how Seth Rollins is the best performer in the company and all that stuff. They could have the Intercontinental.
Yeah, 30-minute Iron Man. That would be a good main event. Or what about the women? Empower the women. Make that the main event of the show.
Okay.
Do you know what's rumoured to be? Do you know what's rumoured to be the last match? The last match. This is what's genuinely expected to go on last.
I can see where this is going.
Yes,
but go on.
it's Roman Reigns against Bobby Lashley. People are going to leave. What do you mean do it properly?
How did Donald Trump say it?
Roman Reigns against Bobby Lindsay. Bob, he's over here now.
He's doing the tiny hand thing as well, which you can't see, listeners, which is brilliant.
Yeah. It's going to be so great. It's going to be so great. You all wish
Can you do the whole show as Donald Trump Day? Can we re-record?
You just need Graeme does dead ringers.
Yeah. So that's apparently going to be the last match. People are going to leave. I'd swear, people they'd be better off leaving. I'll be more disappointed in people if they stay and chant. Don't stay and chant. Leave.
Yeah.
Just leave.
Seriously, there was more people interested in Bobby Lashley when he was in TNA, and only 5 people watched it.
No, they weren't. No, don't. If you think just because it's a terrible feud with 2 terrible people that you're going to slip in your little, well, TNA was all right. It's not. It's not acceptable.
I watched Impact.
Buck up.
I actually watched Impact.
Oh, get out.
Half the
get
show was
out.
good.
Bit like this, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, we excited for Extreme Rules?
Yeah, I'm thrilled for Extreme Rules.
Do you think we'll watch Extreme Rules?
I probably will. I'll have
Tell you when I watch it is when I'm off work. So that's just over a week now.
Yeah. So next week we'll probably talk about Extreme Rules.
Talk about it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Probably talk about some matches on J1.
Yeah, talk about what you can fill in on your wall chart.
Yeah. Royal Grumble podcast.bigcartel.com.
Yep.
Or go to our Twitter at Royal Grumble Pod, and it's the link in the pinned tweet.
Yeah. It's also on our Facebook, so if you go to facebook.com/Royal Grumble,
if you want if you want a digital copy of it, I can email you a digital copy A4 size for £1.
There you go.
You know what I'm going to do?
That's £1.
Before we finish the show with the usual plugs, I think we need to make up for Graeme for last week.
What are you doing?
So, what I'm going to do...
Are we doing the No and Dar report?
No, you're going to do the plugs.
Okay.
In the background, instead of 3 Lions, I'm going to play Ali's Tartan Army from Scotland's 1978 World Cup run.
This embarrasses even me. Right, thanks for listening to the Royal Grumble for this week. Don't forget to go to royalgrumble.podbean.com. Don't forget to go to twitter.com/royalgrumblepod. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Royal Grumble. And don't forget to get your World Cup, bloody hell, your G1 Climax wall charts from royalgrumblepodcast.bigcartel.com. And that's all for now. We're away home. Yeah, we're away home. Say ta-ra for now, Daryl.
Dundee.
Say ta-ra for now, Dan. See you later.